Looking for the message. Let's do the socials. Yes, I'm well aware I'm live. Thank you for notifying me. Right, of course. That makes no sense. VTuber. Posting. Reset position. Thank you. It could be a bit bigger. There we go. X marks the spot. Deep. Yeah, share. How did I get a hair in here? And considering the length, how did I get a hair of Faros in my mouth all of a sudden? Is he saying hi? If so, probably less fibery. And I'm well aware I'm live. Thank you for mentioning that again. Okay. Yeah, looked a bit like that Virin meme. So we're at the penultimate penny of the year. This year, no special Christmas events needed working for beforehand. I am pretty tired, per usual, but I'm also not really in the mood. So I think I'm just gonna do the penny. It is kind of the end of the year. I do want to show the AnimeCon banner. because I did a little bit more, tiny bit more. It's almost done. So I'm going to show that first and then I'm going to start on the penny. I added a little chibi of sushi. I'm not really sure if I want to keep the rainbow or that I should do it without the rainbow. That's what you get with different layers. I think I'm starting to lean towards no rainbow. And as you can see, the cover of book 7, the back is a bit, yeah, it's a bit plain, but that's okay. I don't really know the back just yet. Yeah, the with rainbow makes it more colorful, but without makes it more calmer. Yeah, I do like without even more, but yeah, it's just a layer, so I can change that whenever. So that's what I did last week offline. So no, I did not record it. I'm a bit tired of recording everything. And I know that's something we need to do nowadays, record everything to prove we're not doing it what's it called? We're not using AI. But yeah, I'm streaming so much. Why would I do AI on the tiny little piece and ignore everything else, the bigger ones and so forth, etc. So I also want to remind the chat of their own privacy. Do not give away anything. Neither will I. We can all talk about it next week. What else? Well, someone already asked me, will there be new cats? Yes, there will be new cats, but we're not doing it A because of the fireworks, and B, it would feel like replacing fathers. Also, there are supposed to come 2 more sets of chibis on the banner, so that should fill the rainbowiness. Yeah, I completely lost all my rhythm of what I should do this week. I'm not going to make a weekly post. It's not really, yeah, there's not much to say, and it's Christmas. I am going to upload episode 18 of the audio novel on Friday. That's already scheduled, so not much else. And I'm going to post it on the website. It's just all I have to do is post it on the socials. I think I can do that during Christmas. Oh, Happy New Year. That wasn't fireworks, that was a nuclear bomb. But yeah, I'm just going to take it easy, a little bit of self-care. And we have a 4-day holiday. So in my spare time, I can do extras, clean up, do little sketches, tracing, whatever. And next year, we'll just go for it again. Just right now, little bit of calm. And we're starting with hydrating. Quite weird. Huh. It shows it when I drink. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much all. I only heard rumors about an event that completely bombed. The organization sold more spots and tables than that there were spots and tables. So people paid for a spot, were there, and they were like, yeah, we've got no space, go home. Not even sure if they're gonna get their money back. Yeah, I'm really out of it. Completely lost the vibe, and I think I'm gonna just keep on losing the vibe for this year. No stressing, just calm. And a somewhat fun story. I did tell you all that Vados was living on liquid snack the past few days, and well, I decided to send an email to Vitacraft, I believe it's called, the owners of Liquid Snack, to thank them because thanks to Liquid Snack, I managed to hold Vados with me for about 449 days because the medications wasn't a struggle because of it. So I was like, thank you. And know that you actually made a difference, a huge difference. And because they were so touched with my story, they sent me a care package. And well, I gulped a bit, swallowed, because there were quite some things in there that fathers would have loved. So yeah, believe it's the third day without him. I'm not doing much better. A little bit more control, but yeah. But yeah, they didn't have to do it. And they asked me first, are you interested in a care package? Is there still another cat? And I was like, no, there's not a cat at the moment, but there will be new cats. And what better way to bribe them, welcome them, than with sweet treats. So it's a little bit of Vados' legacy. He is going to welcome new cats. But yeah, he used to be next to me while I was working. So sometimes from the corner of my eye, I see something moving. Nothing is moving, of course. Just feels like he's still here. And I'm getting emotional again. And I know someone told me that if 3 weeks or 4 weeks after you're still whining about your cat, you need to grow up. But anyone who actually loved an animal knows that, yeah, there's no deadline on that. Okay, I need to open the article so I know. I got the facts right. Hmm. Let's see. Oh, wait. Gee, only 3 years. I need to read it to get the facts right, right? Don't know what that article has to do with it, but okay. There we go. Start recording. Where's my sketch? Let's this needs to be smaller, of course, because of perspective. I'm not very good at perspective. I know how it works. I can explain it to others. I just can't do it myself. If I do get done quickly. I think it's the parcel. I think to move this to here. And we're gonna put it on center. Slightly looking back. Arm stretch. Come along. It's a bit too much. And a little reminder, think about privacy. You don't know who's going to read your messages in chat. So I think that recording the audio novel is going to be postponed until next year. Mainly just because I'm out of the loop, out of the rhythm, and holidays. So if I do going to record, I probably don't have any art yet, so that will be later on. I still have plenty of stock episodes. I have a couple of 3D printables I still have to draw. Still have a couple to trace. Managed to print the final two, the ones I did last time. Had a couple of issues with those. Yeah, that was not. Yeah, that was not something I enjoyed. That's too long or too thick of a brush. Shame because I liked it, but okay. I'm probably going to stream Sunday. That's probably the final stream of this year. That's much too low. Bit too much. Yeah, there's not much to share actually. It's just been work, and well, look at that, work. Of course, I had my student coming by, hence why there was no stream past Sunday. Did manage to craft a little gift from materials I had laying around. using up materials, you know, the whole goal of my studio. Is this right? No, this is not right. I just broke her hand. And yes, Tweet is currently wearing fake wings. I have a little rubber ducky. And that rubber ducky has a pair of wings. And a headset. No, I'm just gonna keep this. So for those who have a tweet for cosplay, you can have a cosplay tweet as a little angel with an extra pair of wings, and we do not think about if it makes sense. That arm is just so weird. I'm just gonna make it a lot shorter. I also got my Christmas bonus for drawing the penny again for a year long. Very useful, very tasty. We haven't managed to finish it just yet. So yeah, it's, I don't really like holidays because they ruin my entire rhythm. I have the same around the Easter and the Pentecost. I just don't like holidays. I like time off, which also ruins my my rhythms, but okay. I also put all my Christmas cards in the letterbox. I only need to hand deliver the ones in this street, but that's you're writing down. I don't even have to write down the numbers. I just have to put them in an envelope and push them through the letterboxes. So that's easily done anyway. I really can't remember how Report to Penny looked, so I'm doing the best I can from memory and mostly based on the cosplayer. Tomorrow, I need to do the final last minute groceries. I'm very pleased that I have a grocery store next door. And the thing is, I have my my weekly day off on the first day, and that's when I do groceries. So this year and next year, next week, that's going to be tricky because holidays. And sure, there are a lot of grocery stores open nowadays. I just don't want to go. Then I want to. So I mostly did the groceries, the important ones, last week. Had a couple of fresh ones taken care of this week. And, I also still have to do things like preparing food and stuff like that. Yeah, they are open until 5 here as well. Yeah, 6 fingers. Well, I don't like this finger anyway, so. Don't even know what got delivered today. Because it's there might be a chance that ordering to our big friends in China is going to be a lot more expensive next year. I ordered a couple of things, quite last minute. I ordered a couple of figure punches you can use in packaging if you want to nicely hang a necklace, for example. Yeah, I also have to work tomorrow, so there's not much preparations I can do. Oh, also working on Friday. Yeah, it's a national holiday here, so I guess we're lucky with that. Okay, that looks like a very weird hand. Oh boy, why is this the hand not working? Let's sketch a little bit extra. Okay, a little bit more. It's also quite interesting that because of Varos, people at work now think I'm a cat expert. I don't know what I'm doing most of the time. With anything, by the way. With art, with teaching. I'm not a smart person. Also, this shouldn't have been a 5. It should have been a 4 pixel wide. Well, I'm not gonna restart it. So it's gonna be a bit thicker lines for the end of the year. I'm just gonna do it like this. And I'm going to make the rail of the rails, lol. I think it needs to be wider. With 1 day of work before the holidays, and then again Monday, of course, because the only downside is I have a couple of ungrateful clients. Moved heaven and earth for them, despite it not being my responsibility, but because I wanted to do the best I could before Christmas. And instead of a thank you, I get a lecture. So yeah, that wasn't that much fun. Really worked a lot for people. Made sure I did the best I could. And they were like, yeah, but you know what went wrong, and this and that, and you should do this and that. And I was like, yeah, but we just concluded it wasn't my mistake. It wasn't my company's mistake. It wasn't my boss' mistake. Okay, why did she do that? I don't know why you moved the color or something. Anyway, it was a third party's mistake. And instead of, yeah, sorry I accused you, and sorry I threatened with legal action. I think this is uneven. Is this uneven? It's slightly uneven. So yeah. Customer service employee is an ungrateful job. I'm also not having much luck with arting today. I'm also not feeling that great. The carification of humanity. That's a very nice theme. Oh, I'm so slow. At least I feel slow. I mean, it's only half an hour. Huh. Oh well, somehow I drew on a different layer. Fine by me. a little bit more muted. And if your costume is not identical to what I'm creating right now, do not worry. You know me, I'm very inconsistent, and I'm calling that the charm of the art. Completely misaligned things here. And if you're thinking, hey, that keyboard sounds different, that is true. There was a reason why I had to put my keyboard away for a moment, and I haven't put it back just yet. That is all. And don't worry, I don't expect the Penny cosplayers to make even more outfits. Wrong layer! Let's lock the layer. So hopefully we won't make that mistake again. Considering how detailed I'm being with this image anyway, let's finish the details. There we go. I have noticed, by the way, that certain people are using AI to illustrate their stories. And then lately I saw someone making a comic, and I was like, this is really a terrible comic. I know what you're trying, I know why you're trying it, but it does prove that creating a comic is a skill, a talent for an artist, and not for Johnny Goodwill or whoever says, "Yeah, I'll make a comic." And that's a shame. It actually shows you do not value artists, and you think anyone can do it. However, your comic was just bad. Storytelling through art is art, a skill. And I wish certain people would just acknowledge that instead of using AI. That's a bit too yellow. To create a mediocre image that has no soul, no feeling. Yeah, I have an opinion about that. I know they mean well. It's bad. Yeah, feel free to connect a song to each frame. You know I don't mind. And here I am creating news about a bridge being reopened. And again, it feels like it's been closed for a decade. It was only 3 years. And I know this is white, but you can't really see it. Fake wings get white. And I wonder how many people are going to notice that our dear little peep has, well, fake wings. I'd like to think that if the bridge had opened sooner, I might have been able to keep my studio. It's probably wishful thinking, because I really like being there. There was a lot of space. My little reference to Jigglypuff. I'm going to do the bridge on a different layer. Multiply. Thus for no complaints about the new shading technique, the new art type. Because, new program, who this? It's a good thing I wrote what the brush needs to be. Okay, why are you not working? Probably too much shade already. Throwing shade. It is weird. Just not sticking. Because if I am correct and remember well, okay, so it should be realistic shard. I need fireflies, and I think I have fireflies. It's okay if it's slightly non-realistic, that's fine. Okay, so this is not the brush. I think this is better. I must admit, I hardly know the songs you're talking about. Currently have 6 people watching. Does it change if I change the color? No. This is why I didn't put that much focus on all the sidebars, because you know, the bridge needs to, yeah, it's kind of all over the place with the lighting. And a couple of big ones. That's a bit too big. People are probably gonna think I have an agenda or something like that. Lovely fireworks, not what I need. You have something that's party inspired. Tina's confetti, I already have that. Do I have something in my scans? I do like that those little snowmen. It's just not something I created, and it's just weird. While I do like weird, actually this might actually be usable. Still is weird, I'm well aware, but you know, it's at least Christmassy weird. Okay, getting there. And of course there's going to be text over it, so part of it you won't even see. Need something to break the image. Well, nah, let's not use this. Christmas. I have a folder named Christmas. There's not much in there just yet, but I don't think I can use this. I'm just gonna try it. I don't think it's gonna work. I don't think it's gonna fit, but I want to try it anyway, because if I don't try it... Yeah, that's too busy. It's a nice pattern, just... I think I'm gonna keep it like this. Especially considering you have the text. So now it's time for text check. Okay, so text checked, chat checked. How about I save it? Last time I saved it, I sent the text and I forgot the attachment. I'm not very smart. Also 17 more weeks. And we finished year 18. That is not the right file. And I don't know if next year part 6 will appear. It depends on if I have the art. And I have book 7 that I need to finish first so it can go to print. And then Penny 7. So it might be next year, it might be the year after. And remember, we're only postponing it so you get more quality. I'm still more or less a one-man show. I get a lot of help with editing. But when it comes to art, I'm the only one, kind of, more or less. So it's kind of, a lot of work. And the editing is a lot of work as well. Don't get me wrong. I honestly appreciate the help of the others. And if I hadn't had any help with the editing, little bit of melodramatic. You'll wonder what you guys think of it. Yes, I will check soon if my VTuber is not in the way. A little bit, not that much. Keep. And if a bridge is open, does that mean he's closed? And if a bridge is closed, does that mean it's open? And I don't think it's terug open, but I'm awaiting my other Dutch correctors. Okay, so this one is pretty much done. It's 10. I have been streaming for 1.5 hours. Instead of stressing, I think I'm gonna call it quits. Self-care, sending it off, taking it easy. It's almost Christmas, so would be a shame if I missed it. So I thank you for being here. I wish you the best of holidays. There's most likely 90% chance a stream on Sunday. Just some painting. And next penny will be the last penny of the year on the 30th of December. Don't know what I'm going to do that just yet. So I'll be seeing you. Bye bye.